Something that I'm always thinking about as I'm doing my job is how can I make what I'm doing more efficient? What are ways that I can reduce the amount of time that it takes me to do this, reduce the amount of effort that it takes me to do this? And because of that mindset, there's a few products that I purchased this last year that I've found to be very, very useful in the day-to-day in accomplishing those goals of making my life more efficient, saving time, saving energy, or just saving frustration. So let's not waste any more time. Here are the 5 products that everyone should buy going into 2024 as a photographer to make your life more easy. So let's start off with the most simple and cheapest of the bunch, the Bongo Ties. I know these have been around for a very long time. There is nothing innovative or new about them, but they are super, super handy. And pretty much it's just a rubber band that has kind of a little attachment piece on the end. It allows you to wrap around things, just slide it through and tighten it up. I use these all the time for a ton of different purposes, but the primary one I do is to kind of strap together the different cords. As someone in media, you know your cords can kind of become a rat nest in no time at all. So having a bongo tie where I can literally just wrap around all of my different cords, throw it in my bag, and they're not going crazy, they're not all over the place, super helpful. Also, if you have stands or anything like that, throwing a bongo tie around the stand so that you can kind of wrap the cord around it makes it a little safe, makes your workspace a little bit safer. I would recommend that everyone pick these up. They're pretty cheap and they are just really, really handy to have on hand. The next item everyone should pick up in 2024 is an adapter. Now this is not necessary, but the ability to attach my different film lenses or lenses from another camera brand is very, very helpful. This specific one is the MD to E mount adapter. And it literally just allows you to take your old film lenses that you have lying around the house and just pop them together, twist it, and attach it straight to your camera, which is really great because it gives me a ton of more lenses to work with and just kind of helps with my creativity and workflow because a lot of those lenses are really fun and kind of quirky to play with. Alright, so I'm just throwing on telephoto. This is an 80 to 200. I've also got a 200mm I'm going to try out. I think these are going to give a little bit weirder effects because I was trying them out earlier and definitely a little different. Now, an item that I purchased and probably used more than any other kind of little accessory is filter adapter rings. Now, again, I know this isn't rocket science, but if you're a photographer, you know that to get a good quality filter is going to lots of times run you several $100s. And so if most of your lenses say have like a 67mm filter, and then you have one that's an 82 or 95 or whatever, to have to buy a duplicate filter for that larger lens or smaller lens is going to be so incredibly painful. I'm all about being efficient. I'm all about saving money when you can. And filter ring adapters, or step-up rings, step-down rings, as they're more commonly called, going to save you so much money, and it's just honestly such a worthwhile investment. The next item that I think every photographer, videographer should buy in 2024 is some really good quality external hard drives. I've been using the Samsung T7 Shields for quite a while. I've got a 2TB and 2 4TB ones. They do come on sale periodically, so keep an eye out for that. But what's so great about these is they're USB-C 3 speeds, which allows you to plug them into your smartphone if it uses USB-C and transfer files directly off of that. With the new iPhone 15 Pro models, you can record ProRes log footage onto these. And for all of my video projects this year, I've actually started editing directly from these with all of the video files on one of these external hard drives, and I edit on my computer. And the transfer speeds are actually fast enough to be able to process that without really any delays. And then it saves my computer hard drive from being overloaded with footage and slowing down. Don't buy the SanDisk ones. Those have been failing left and right recently, but these Samsung T7s are absolutely great. They seem really reliable. And honestly, if you're in this industry, I would suggest buying one of these. And finally, the last thing that I think every photographer and videographer should buy going into 2024 is a movable mobile spotlight, like what I'm currently using now to light this room. For my workflow, I picked up the Amaran 60XS, and I have had such a great experience with it so far. It has the ability to run off battery power if you want to take it to go out to projects, outside. You don't need to be plugged in, but also it does have the possibility to disconnect this battery mount, unscrew it and unplug it from the back, and plugs straight into the wall outlet. I've used this for many commercial projects in situations where there's really bad lighting conditions. It is a bi-color light, so you can set the Kelvin of the light as well as the strength. And I use this for my YouTube videos, again, for commercial productions, event productions, and this has made my life so much easier, especially in situations with bad lighting. This little light fits super easy in your bag, and if you want to have softer light, you just attach it to a small softbox and you're good to go. I found when I do have the battery pack connected and I am running around with it on commercial projects, I pair it with a really easy monopod, and then you make the monopod kind of as tall as it can go, and then you don't have to worry about kind of burning out or tiring out your shoulders by holding this light above your head. Well guys, that's it. All of these items I think have been super helpful in making my job and my life as a photographer and videographer easy over the last year, and I could not recommend each of these enough. All of the items I've talked about will be linked in the description down below, so you can find them there. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm Keelan Charles, and I will see you in the new year.